One, two, three. This is Dr. Alex Avila. This is Love University, and we're back. I'm an author, psychologist, and speaker. And every week we talk about how to love ourselves, others, and higher nature, how to improve our life and our relationships, career, finances, spirituality, and health. And we are now in 2020. I'm very excited for the year, for our program, and also for everyone out there listening to us, because today's topic is one that will apply to everyone listening. It is called Reinvent Yourself in 2020, the power to be truly you. The term reinvent means to make new, to transform, and to change. Many people have what we call New Year's resolutions to change their diet, exercise, habits, and their finances, and also relationships. The problem is that 50% of people have resolutions, but only 10% of those keep them after a few months. And part of the problem is that people have unrealistic expectations. They say, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in a month, or I'm going to find a soulmate in 2 months or 3 months. And also, they put a lot of emotional component to it at the very beginning. For example, when they first do the resolution, they may be excited for the new year, or maybe they feel a lot of pain. But then the emotion dissipates and they don't have the logical follow through, the structure, the discipline to actually make those changes. So a lot of resolutions fail. But it's not just about people. Companies change, businesses. One of our landmark companies, American Express, started out in 1850 as a mail carrier for packages using horses and trains. Eventually became a financial product. Money orders, traveler's checks. After World War I, they had luxury tours, and then they had their first charge card in 1958. So companies can change and transform and reinvent themselves, and people can as well. In fact, the average person for every 8 hours spends 1 hour thinking about their future, what they want to do or what they're worried about. The good news is that it's never really too late to reinvent yourself. In a UC Berkeley study, they examined 120 women over the course of 50 years, looking at their personality, social aspects, other aspects, and they found that even in the ages of 60s and 70s, a certain number of women were able to make positive personality changes. They could change some bad habits and develop positive personality. So it is possible to reinvent yourself even as you get older. Now you may be listening to this and you wonder, well, how do I know I need to reinvent myself? Maybe I'm happy the way I am, and some people are. But if, for example, you feel like inauthentic to yourself, maybe even like an imposter, you're in the wrong relationship, the wrong job, it feels wrong to you, or the lifestyle you have is not fitting who you really are, that's an indication that you might want to change or reinvent yourself, transform yourself. Or the people you used to enjoy now drain you. You start to avoid people. Or you start to question your meaning or purpose in life. One good question to ask is, imagine you're on your deathbed. What would you regret not doing? Maybe you're not traveling as much as you want to, or the business that you want to do, a career, or the family or lifestyle that you want. And many times people get caught up in short-term goals or short-term activities, taking care of emails and texts and phone calls, organizing things, cleaning things. And they don't really take care of the important things in their life, their spirituality, their relationships, their true purpose and meaning in life. So it's very important to get to that root. What is it that makes you happy? What motivates you? What drives you? And start to establish goals. How do you reinvent yourself? Let's say you want to have better control of your finances. You spend a lot of money, you want to invest more, you want to buy homes or properties or invest in things that will bring security to you and your family. Or you want to be healthier, you want to lose weight, exercise more, improve your appearance. Your emotional health, you want to be more calm, peaceful, loving. The first thing you need to do is take a mental snapshot of where you are now. You can even have a little journal. Write down, what are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your passions? And ask yourself, do I really want to change for me? Now, maybe you're single and people pressure you to get married, your family, but maybe you're happy being single or divorced. Or maybe you have a little extra weight and you're okay with your weight as long as it doesn't affect your health. I have a few extra pounds, but I'm comfortable with who I am. Also, realize you need to ask yourself, have I grown this year or this last year? Have I improved in any way? Have I made steps toward my goal? And maybe you haven't, so you need to be realistic and appraise why. What's holding me back? What are the barriers? And ask yourself, what am I doing with my life? Am I fulfilling my true potential on earth? Maybe I'm a caretaker. I'm not really helping people as I want to be helping. Or I'm a creative person. Or I'm good with my hands. Or I'm a scientist or business person. But I'm not really doing these things. I'm doing something else. Maybe for the money or for the stability. But I really have a desire for something else. Or to be an artist. There's a woman that was in her late 20s who was very educated, professional woman, making a lot of money. But her real dream was to adopt a child from another country. And she started to research it. She saved money up, and it took her a lot of effort because as a single woman, there are people that turned her down. But eventually she was happily able to adopt a 6-year-old Cambodian boy, and it made her very happy. So you need to go and to look at that. Now, I wrote a book called The Invincible You. And Invincible You, it's a book on transformation, how to be your best self. I talk about avoiding the little bads. We have in our minds little negative phrases that come up. For example, money doesn't grow on trees, or I'm not smart enough, or life is hard. And these little phrases you might take for granted, but they start to get you down. They make you feel depressed or sad or maybe futile at times. So it's important to start to recognize these little thoughts as they come into your head, even write them down, and realize that these are not really you. These are just little phrases you adopted that are not part of you. At the same time, start to discard things in your life that don't belong. For example, these little bads. Substitute them. Say, there's plenty of money and time for everything I need and love. And I'm smart enough to accomplish my goals and dreams. And I can help other people. At the same time that you discard negative inner thoughts, you can start to discard external things, junk in your life, clutter, getting rid of clothes that you no longer need, items, paperwork, other things that you no longer need or use can clarify your mind, can leave an empty space, open space for you to be more creative, more relaxed, and peaceful. So getting rid of the junk should be an important part of this year, 2020, for you, internally and externally. Also, take the easy action. Take easy steps towards your new goals. Let's say that you want to lose weight. You can start by putting more fruits and vegetables in your refrigerator. You can start by going to the gym, maybe 50 minutes a day, and then build it up from there. As you start to get more momentum and you start to enjoy the workout, the endorphins that are released, you start to look better and feel better because of your new diet and exercise. You can do more, eat healthier, do more exercise. Or you want to give more to people. Start by volunteering in a small way and then build up your volunteering activities. Also, it's very important to refresh your spirit. Many times we get overwhelmed. Some of us are perfectionists, workaholics even. We do too much and then we chastise ourselves. I should be working more. I should be doing more. When that happens, you need to take a break from all this and refresh your spirit. Exercise, meditate, find a spiritual practice. Gratitude is very important. We've always talked about the gratitude journal, right? 3 things you're grateful for every day. It decreases depression by 30%, improves sleep by 40%. Spend time with positive people, friends that really uplift you. And forgive yourself for not doing more. If you're the kind of person who's a caretaker style, you might be the person that always gives to other people and you feel burnt out. And then you feel guilty that you're not giving more, whether it's to your children, your family members, or even people in the community. But realize that by taking care of yourself first, you have more energy to give to others. You have more power. You have more resources. Another thing to look at when you are looking to reinvent yourself is to reverse your path. Try a different route, psychologically, physically, and emotionally. We often do things in a very similar way. We go to work the same way, we make love the same way, we talk to people in the same way, or the same kind of people. So this year, starting now, resolve that you will go out and maybe take a different route to work. Go to a place where you haven't been before. Try a new activity. Talk to people you would never talk to. Maybe they can become your friends and giving you insights on things. So start to change your patterns. You might want to walk your dog more. I have a dog over here. She's always excited to go out and have fun. So taking her out for a walk more often is good for me to do exercise. It's good for her too. So whatever it is you want to do is do it differently. Try a different route. It can open up your creativity. It can open up your mindset for different things. Also, look at your favorite pictures from last year, 2019. Maybe you took a lot of different pictures, Instagram, Facebook. Ask yourself, what do I like about these pictures? What don't I like? Am I living the life I want to live? Maybe your face is a little bit frowning. You're not as happy as you could be. Ask yourself why that is. What do I need to change this year? Maybe I need to get involved with different kind of people or activities. Maybe my relationship is bringing me down, my place of work. And strive to change it into something more positive. And part of that is what I call write your future story. Now, we talk a lot about the idea of visualization. Now, when you visualize, you imagine yourself in the future, maybe 5 years from today, your best self. You imagine what you're doing, who you're with, what you're feeling. You can even write it down in a journal. I'm looking over here at Reggie, my producer. And Reggie, I know you're thinking about this right now. He told me a story that was a little bit disappointing today. Last week, he told us you had your first romantic date and it fell apart. He told me basically that you didn't call her, she didn't call you, and then she found another guy. So what happened, Reggie?
Well, she told me very distinctly that she would contact me after the holidays or whatever.
Okay.
And this week I find out she told her friend who put us in touch with each other, she was waiting for me to contact her.
Oh, okay. Miscommunication, Reggie.
Yes.
And you didn't follow through, she didn't follow through, and apparently she met someone else. And you seem devastated, Reggie. How do you feel?
I mean, day of, I was pretty miffed, pretty ticked off.
Okay. Angry.
Yeah,
okay.
Angry than
okay.
upset.
Well, what's good on that, Reggie? Now, you're making progress, though. This is the good part about this. I mean, this is like your first romantic date, you know? I mean, you're in your late 20s. I know you started a little bit late, and we have our standing bet that I would pay you $100 for your date if you can find somebody. So 2020, Reggie, I want you to tell me, what is your best year this year? I want you to tell me, what do you see yourself accomplishing your best right now?
Well, I will meet someone this year, and I will have a relationship.
Okay. Where do you see yourself being with this person?
Well, partners, you know, like.
Well, I mean, what activities? I mean, what place? Yes.
Well, we do everything together, you know. I'd go out to conventions and stuff. She'd be there with me or whatever. I'd go to big work functions like anniversaries or whatever.
Reggie, you're quite a romantic. I can tell that. Look at this. Okay, Reggie. Well, tell you what, I like that idea. And also visualizing, what you're going to do in your career, see yourself, what you look like physically. You want to be very detailed. When you create a visualization program, whether you write it out or think in your mind, you want to have actual colors. You want to have sounds and taste, what you will be like this year. And the other thing is that imagination is good because it can increase your ability to be patient. People that have imaginative qualities have more delayed gratification. Instead of being worried about, I'm not getting what I want, whether it's a relationship or finances or career, they say, I see myself already having this in the near future, and I visualize it and it becomes stronger in my mind. The other thing that also helps for reinventing yourself is to find mentors, people that are already where you want to be, whether it's in the business world, even relationships, people that have happy marriages or relationships, people that have successful businesses or careers, the areas you want to be in, you can learn from them. You can approach them through email or Instagram or different ways and say, I want to learn from you and I'm willing to contribute whatever I have to help you as well. Also find colleagues, people that are also positive, that can also give you feedback on your goals and dreams for this year. You can call them reinventing colleagues, people that also want to reinvent themselves. Oftentimes we know that if you put it out there and say, this is what I want to be this year, this is what I want to do, and you tell it to other people, that gives you more power, more strength for you to actually accomplish it. They can give you feedback and they can give you support. Now, those of you that are in relationships, it's also important to reinvent your relationship. Let's say you're married, been in a relationship for a while, live together. Sometimes people take it for granted, their relationship. They get into a comfortable, secure mindset. But first of all, you need to realize, how can I make my relationship even better this year? How can I reinvent it? First of all, ask yourself, are there any resentments that I'm holding from the past? Maybe slights or small upsets that have accumulated. And if there are, write them down on a journal, talk about it to your partner, and then take that piece of paper, rip it up, and throw it in the trash can and say, I'm leaving these behind. I'm starting fresh this year with my mate, my partner. I'm going to reinvent our relationship, and that person, she or he, will also do it with me. At the same time, ask yourself, what are the exciting things that we can do together? Research shows that couples that do fun, kind of stimulating activities have happier relationships and marriages. It could be hot air ballooning. It could be taking a new dance class, traveling somewhere, learning a language, doing different things that you haven't done before. That stimulates you and brings you closer. And also writing down and thinking about what are the things that attracted you to the person in the first place. Maybe it was physical attraction. Maybe it was a sense of humor, companionship, spirituality. And you can write those things down, focus on those things as you build a stronger relationship. Another thing that can really help you a lot in developing or reinventing yourself is to volunteer and help other people. We often talk about extend loving energy without expectation. This is a very powerful force that we have, this energy of love. Because when we give love to others and help other people, we get outside of our own shell. We get outside of our own perspective. Many times we get the poor me attitude. Oh, poor me, I don't get enough in life, and life is unfair. Everyone else has something else. But realize there are people out there that are suffering as well, or even more than you. And by helping those people who are lonely and depressed or shy or financially destitute, you start to liberate yourself from your own pain and fear. You reverse the energies. You start to look toward them and see them as you as well. And then when you do have success, this is an important factor. Celebrate it by savoring it with your friends. Tell your friends. Party, a little social event. Hey, I reached this weight goal I have, or this career or business goal. I met this person that we're really getting along great. Let's celebrate this. And when you savor it, when you relish it, when you enjoy it with other people, it gives it more pleasure and more motivation, more success to drive you even more for the year. Now, this year at Love University, we plan a lot of great activities. We're going to have a event coming up very soon in late January. We're going to be announcing that, where we're going to get together, Love University students, and learn about relationships in 2020. This year we have the 2025 Loneliness Project that we're working on, Loneliness Solution, where our aim is to help eradicate loneliness by the year 2025 through our podcasts, our live events. And the idea that loneliness is really disconnection from yourself, others, and a higher nature. And the solution to that is to bring more love into loving yourself, other people, and relationships, and also a higher power or a higher nature, if you believe in that, a spiritual force. And by doing that, you start to reverse like we said earlier, the poor me dynamic. You start to realize that there's a lot you can do in this world. There's a lot of meaning you can accomplish by being your best self, reinventing yourself. So, Love University students, I want you to think about this week. This is the week to reinvent yourself. We're now in January, and February is coming, Valentine's and love and other things. This is the time. 2020 is a very interesting year. It's numerically interesting, 2020. It happens every 100 years. We had 1919, 1818. Now we have 2020. So this is a year, a lot of positive things can happen for a lot of people, but you got to put your mind to it. You got to set your goals and find out who you really are, who you really want to be, and close that gap between the two. If you have any questions, if you want to be on Love University, please write to us at loveuniversitylove@gmail.com. Visit us at loveuniversity.love. Call us at 310-226-8090. Like us on Facebook at Love University Podcast. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Love Letter U Podcast. Love University students, make this the best year ever, 2020. Now put away your notepads, your iPads, your phone, your books, and we'll see you next time. Love University, Dr. Avila.